Alright guys, we are back for the third and I believe final game of the evening. As always, I am your host and commentator, Filthy Rake. I am joined by not just one, but two awesome guests tonight. I have my usual co-host and founder of the league. It is Freedom. How's it going, Freedom?
Hey guys, how you doing?
And our special guest caster this evening is the one and only Migraine. How's it going?
Good.
Yeah,
Uh,
Migrant can give us some high-level analysis now.
yeah. I mean, this is a PvT. I mean, obviously Protoss is your main race, and we just watched you face stomp with Terran pretty effectively. So, I think you'll have useful stuff to share with us here.
So,
Yeah, just checking to make sure that SirMalagant is ready because he was waiting for a little while. He might have been alt-tabbed.
Yep. We are going to be playing this game on King Sejong Station. What do you guys think about this map in PvT? Is it especially favored in either direction, or is it pretty balanced?
um, from my experience, I think it kind of favors Terran, but I think it's all relative, especially with the league differences. You could say different stuff because I guess at my level, you see a lot of like tank. At the natural, there's like rocks, and you can put tanks there and like siege the mineral line. Like stuff like that is like ridiculously annoying and it's so hard to stop.
How close is the difference for the bases? Like how the biggest thing that I worry about when I'm facing a Protoss that's powering up is how fast they can push to you. Is that a problem for you or is that a good thing for you?
Yeah, I don't all in too much, but yeah, like for this map, you'll probably see a lot of like two or three Colossus elements, and they're
Yeah.
really, really strong. Especially if the Terran isn't able to like put bunkers up and wait for Vikings. If they're just stuck on bio, then
Yeah.
it's really hard for the Terran.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Well, the
this
players are ready, guys.
awesome. Let's get this party started. This, of course, should be a pretty interesting game. Lamp, who is playing under the name of Zerg these days, likes to play fairly non-standard. He likes to actually play a little bit crazy. And this is the guy last season who we'd see just like rush for three command centers on the low ground against a Zerg opponent.
Yep.
Do all kinds of weird stuff, but pull out some really impressive wins also as a result of that.
Yeah, he's deceptive right now. I mean, this account says platinum, but he's a diamond player. He's been masters before, so this should be. I can't tell who's gonna win this one.
SirMalagant, of course, is a fantastic Protoss player. Um, Taken some pretty impressive wins both this season and last season.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I remember correctly, I think he's 0-2 against Lamp.
Damn.
So that's why I said don't pay attention to that border too much.
Alright, guys, well, let's introduce our players here. In the top left, as the yellow Terran, it is Zerg, because he likes to confuse us. And,
Yep.
and of course, his opponent in the bottom right, as the green Protoss, it is SirMalagant. Okay, so what do we think? Is there going to be any crazy cheese here, or are we going to see a straight up game?
Have you played these guys, Migraine? I know
Uh,
you played one of them, right? No.
I don't think I played either of them
Oh,
actually.
really? Okay. Well, I know these players because I've watched them over 2 seasons. Obviously, Sir Maligan, I played thousands of games with. So I can tell you this: Sir Maligan hits hard when he decides to hit. He hits hard. He makes tons of gateways, and bam, he hits you as hard as he can. But he also does, DT things here and there. For Lamp, what we've seen from him is he macros really well, but he's susceptible to a fast Colossus. He was actually very disappointed in himself when he lost in the playoffs against Desai on a fast Colossus. He was like, I can't believe I lost to that. I never lose to that. So we'll see how he feels about Sir Maligan, who doesn't do a super fast Colossus.
Both players so far seem to be playing fairly conservatively here. Sir Malagant scouting out the inside of his base quite a bit, wants to make sure that he's not getting proxy raxed or anything like that.
Yeah, it's It's funny from Zerg too, because he even put 2 depots down before his command center. Usually you only need one, and then you kind of wait for that command center to give you extra supply. So it's definitely, like you said, very conservative.
Yeah, I mean they're both very clearly worried. I mean, just look at this path that SirMalagant's taking. Definitely checking around, wants to make sure that nothing crazy is going on. Gonna surprise him here. Pretty quick command center from Zerg.
Yeah, SirMalagant, man, he scouts a lot, so it's pretty hard to cheese him.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking for a 2-Rex or like a 8/8 Reaper.
Yep.
Which is where he is right now is like a great place to put Proxy Reaper.
Yeah, he didn't even send a probe to check for expansion or anything. He just kind of assumes, okay, if I don't see any proxy anything, you probably expanded, so I'll expand too.
Yeah. And honestly, that's not a terrible call to make. I mean, it's pretty unusual for Terran to do any sort of crazy one-base play these days, so...
And why is that? Because Protoss can't punish CC, an early CC, is that right?
I mean, they can, Terran can always lift off, and Marines are pretty good at the end of the day, right? Like, they can kite Zealots so well, and, I mean, even with the Mothership Core, there's just not a ton of one-base stuff that Protoss can reasonably do, so...
Is that the same for you, Migraine, your experience in the pro level, GM level, where normally you see a command center down low?
Yeah, that's what you said earlier. It's really hard to punish a Terran who goes CC first unless you do something cheesy as Protoss, because the standard openings for Protoss, you can't really do anything. If they put a bunker up and even like 2 Marines, then you can't really get anything done. So it's really hard to punish greedy Terrans. So I think that's going to be a trend.
Yeah, look, he's going Twilight, and he has a probe in position. Maybe he's going Blink, but he has Forge though.
Yeah, maybe DTs. But we'll see what tech he decides to put down.
That's a lot of Marines, man. He better watch out that he's not ready for a Marine rush. But he does have a Mothership Core.
Yeah, and Zerg's gas is really late, so it's going to be really late stim. I think he's just going to push with a lot of bio and no upgrades, and that's going to be really hard to stop because there's only 2 gateways for SirMalagant. So...
Yeah, and he's going upgrades too, and he's using Blink. He's researching Blink.
Interesting. He's doing Blink and +1 armor. So usually, I mean, +1 armor is generally the go-to initial upgrade for Protoss because of Zealots, because you want the Zealots to live long enough to get to the Marines to do damage. But when you're going for Blink, generally you're going to build a whole lot of Stalkers, and so you want that +1 attack for the DPS, and also because you're going to be blinking to keep your Stalkers alive. So
maybe it's defensive Blink. Right? You think maybe he's doing that for defense? I mean, I like the cannons.
I mean, defensive Blink is pretty good if you're worried about a lot of drops, but he's still really light on gateways for that, so...
Oh, I see. He did see a lot of infantry, and he's moving out. He better not lose any of these Stalkers.
Yeah, if he gets these caught before Blink's done, that would be really sad.
They're actually, I think they're just going to miss each other.
Ships pass.
Oh, man. Yeah, ships passing in the night.
The concern is going to be, though, without those Stalkers, he's going to have a very hard time defending this. I mean, his main is fine because he has the Sentry, but I don't see how he's going to actually hold his natural if Zerg just goes for it.
Yeah, and Zerg also has to watch out, man. He's going to see it.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, no.
Oh, that's actually a mistake. He would have been much better off actually just fighting it.
He doesn't know, though, if there's units up front to defend, so he far figures play the safe route.
Oh, man. Are we going to get a Zerg sandwich on these Stalkers?
I think so. The mistake that I think SirMalagant made was he tried to kill that bunker. He has Blink. I really think he should have just run past the bunker to try to get up into the main.
That's a good point, and then run out. Kill what you can kill. Oh, he's looking to sandwich him.
I guess he's looking for where he could be, but he's just in this little corner here.
Mothership Core, watch out.
Oh, Oh no! Oh no!
He can hide on the tower or recall.
Recall it! Recall it! Recall it! Recall
He's
it!
too slow on the uptake. Oh
Oh!
man, he should
Oh,
have
that's bad.
ability and recall. That is really bad.
Now he can't really defend his natural without photon, so he puts smartly a lot of cannons down because he knows he can't defend without them.
He's just. I don't think he expects to break this. He's just trying to get
He's buying
Zerg
time.
to go back.
Zerg's macro is crazy right now. He has 2 eBays, a ton of barracks, and he's really just kicking ass with the.
Yeah, I told you, man. He's a macro player. Don't
Oh, yeah.
play him like that.
Yeah, though, his upgrades. He's got all these eBays, but
Yeah, maybe all the
the
harassment.
the
at that
eBays
time.
need to do something, right?
Yeah, and he has +1 attack already, so one of those eBays is kind of useless.
These 4 cannons are scary, man. Especially
Oh,
with
they're
the.
gonna rip these units apart.
And you see,
oh god, just look at this.
Oh, the zealots too.
Nope.
Force field.
Or at least Guardian Shield, man. Come on.
Oh, he's taking too long. Oh, and here comes the medivacs, which are.
Oh, no, the
medivacs-
medevacs are just gonna die.
Yeah, they're misrallied.
Oh, Malagant's counterattacking. Let's see
Oh
if this-
yeah, Malagant has
And
the
he's
better.
gonna he's
no.
intercepting the retreat.
Oh,
Wow,
beautiful.
this changed quite a bit, man.
Yeah, Malagant really came back in this game by just creating chaos on the map.
Just creating chaos. I like that.
Those cannons, man. Usually
beats?
cannons are really terrible, but
I'm gonna start building those. Those are awesome.
He's complaining of lag though, so we'll see.
Uh-oh, it's getting into his head.
I know.
I was gonna
Pretty
say,
sure-
and the excuses begin.
Pretty sure he's gonna say he didn't eat like Huck, right?
Yeah, I'll call it just some excuse.
No, he says I didn't eat.
Alright, engagement here, but I mean, there's just...
Too much,
That's a lot
Protoss.
of zealots, dude.
He has a ton of units in bunkers, so I think with those units, he might be able to, with some stutter set micro, kill this
Very
off.
nice. Very nice.
1-1 upgrades for Malagant, which are helping him.
Oh, and that's
Yep,
coming.
and the Colossus tech is also about to finish.
Yes, charge too.
And Malagant really impressing.
There's the GG.
Whoa!
Nice
I-
upset. That's his
I
first
think
win.
so.
1 and 2 now.
I think he could have hung on for a little bit.
I think he's discouraged because he complained of lag, so maybe it's a legitimate complaint. Although he is APM at 169, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He had 3 bunkers. I don't know. I feel like he just stayed in that game maybe.
It's one of those things, so I think he could have held his natural, but from there, he would have had a really hard time actually getting himself back into the game, right? Like, he would have really been dependent on drops and things like that to try to pull SirMalagant apart and give him that opening to move back out, re-expand, take his third, whereas SirMalagant could just kind of sit and contain and expand in macro all day long.
Yeah, but that the 2 dropships going to the bad spot and he couldn't get him out in time. He had plenty of time to get him out. For someone like him, he usually would at least pull them out a little bit. They never really moved out of the cannon range, right? So maybe it's legitimate that he is a little handicapped. Either way, it doesn't matter. The game is official.
Great games, great game honestly for both players. And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Any final thoughts, guys, before we sign off for the evening?
I'm scared to play SirMalagant.
He's gonna like that. He's gonna like that. That you paid him a compliment with your fear.
I know. Play some more Terran so I can get ready for him.
Yep.
Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off for the evening. For anyone who tuned in, thanks so much for watching. And a big thank you to both of my co-casters here tonight for spending some time and sharing your knowledge with us all. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Alright, and we will see you all again for more games soon.